There is a lot at stake with midterms this year. From the control of your both chambers of Congress, dozens of governorships, secretaries of states, attorney generals, and even your very own counties are on the line in 2022 Capitol insurrection. November 4th is the last day to vote early in person in Texas. With dozens of locations spread across Fort Bend County, there are several options available for residents. We went to James Reese Career and Technical Center on University Boulevard, where Fort Bend County residents were selecting candidates in county, state, and federal races. So any idea, you have been seeing the voters since the morning over here, what kind of response you guys are getting?
It's mixed. So there's a good turnout coming from both parties at the moment, and the feeling that we're getting right now is that it's going to be a very close election.
Such a partisan election, what kind of response you're getting here?
So the response at Reese Tech is actually really good today. It wasn't as busy earlier. We kept asking people to come and make the most of the 2 weeks of early voting, but last day, but still they're doing it, so very happy about that. I'm a precinct chair for the Democrat Party. I support Sonia Rash. I'm here for her right now. She's running for Justice of the Peace in Precinct 3. Fort Bend County is the third safest county in the whole of Texas, and I think this whole rhetoric about no crime and low crime and all of that's all false. What we really need is qualified people running for qualified positions instead of fear mongering. And I'm glad to see that there's a good mix of crowds over here. I can tell some are Republicans, some are Democrats, but what's more important is understand your local candidates and not just vote for, the congressperson or the governor position. Just vote all the way down. Try to understand what each position is and what each candidate does, what each official does, because that's what affects your everyday life.
For residents who were able to cast a ballot during the early voting period, between October 24th and November 4th, they are still able to cast a ballot on Election Day. But according to Fort Bend County Election Administration Office, they will need to meet some requirements when voting in person.
My name's Bobby Eberly, and I'm chairman of the Fort Bend County Republican Party. And I'm just out here talking with the voters, hoping to get them to vote Republican for low inflation and low crime. We've seen that going on across the country and in Fort Bend County. Since 2018, when the Democrats took over, crime, every statistic, murders, rapes, aggravated assaults have gone up dramatically. We have a plan to counter that. We will fully fund the police and staff it accordingly, lower people's taxes to counter inflation, and bring good governance back to Fort Bend County instead of this veil of corruption that we see right now. It seems that everything that's going on in Harris County is mirrored over here with the Democrats in Fort Bend. So we're just trying to talk to voters and show them that there's a better way than what Fort Bend has been under the last 4 years. And we've had really good response. And just encouraging people to come out today to vote Republican up and down the ballot. Every single person. You can't vote straight ticket anymore. So once you start, please don't stop until the very end.
I'm here with Sonia Rash right now. She's running for the election from the Democratic Party. So let me ask her, what does she think about the midterm 2022, which is happening right now in early voting on Friday today, and we are going for the final vote day. Thank you, Sonia, for giving us some time. Well, you have been entertaining a lot of your voters over here.
Yes.
So tell me about your campaign. How did it go? You have been campaigning for such a long time, Sonia.
I have. This is very important to me. Running for this position not only means helping our community, it also means helping the people in our community. I'm hoping that everyone gets out to vote, because today is the last day for early voting. It's still 7 p.m. And then, of course, on Election Day, it will be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We really need our South Asians, our Indians, our Pakistanis to come out and vote, because right now we could be the majority, but if you're not coming out to vote, then our voices aren't heard. So if you're out there,
why this is an issue within our South Asian communities? People do they do not come out to vote? How can we force them? I mean, this is a national duty, I feel.
Well, absolutely. It is a duty. A lot of people, just like my family, they move here for a better life. And the only way to get that better life is to come out and vote for those representatives who have our value, who have things that we believe relate to us. But we can't do that unless we vote for those people that not only care about you, but care about our families, care about our neighborhoods.
Sonia, I was asking you this question, like, you have been campaigning for so long and you have been going and meeting all the communities at the grassroots level. I have seen you working so hard for this campaign. What things I would ask, like, you feel like this could have been better?
Well, again, my number one thing would be for education, to educate the public, educate everyone about what the positions are, educate them about what people actually do out in the community as opposed to what's been heard and what's been said, so they can actually know the truth. I would have loved to see people come out a lot earlier to vote as opposed to the last day of early voting, and we could have reminded them that, hey, early voting is very important. You'll beat the lines if you come out to vote. Those are some things that I think we could have done better. But other than that, just reaching out to as many people as we can, letting them know that we as Democrats, we're here for them. I mean, and if you care about our society, if you care about our kids, if you care about what's going on, not just with our rights as women, but what's going on with these school shootings, you need to come out and vote. And you need to vote for the people who align yourself with your same values.
Yeah. Okay, my next question would be, Sonia, like, because we are covering midterm 2022 in Fort Bend County. Why our community, specifically Southeast Asian community, they do not come out? They're not that interested in coming out and voting. What can be done better so they can be more motivated?
Well, I think that starts from an early age, possibly even high school, to let the people know and let our kids know this is the reason why. Letting them know the history, how many people have died for this right for us to vote. Yeah. Letting them understand that people come from different countries all over the place to America for a better understanding, for a better system for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that would be a number one way to get our people to understand that this is so important. In other countries, they don't have this freedom. We do. Why do we not use it?
You have been standing here for how long at the Reese Center?
I have been here for a couple of hours, and lines are out the door here. But I tell people, if you don't come out on early voting, come out on Election Day, which is Tuesday, November the 8th.
Yes, November the 8th. How can we
7 a.m.
that?
to 7 p.m. I'm always requesting people, come out, vote early, get it over with. It's your civic duty. Again, people have died for this right for us to come out to vote. So let's use it.
Our campaign doing extremely well, and we are very confident that we are going to be victorious. People are coming out passionately to vote for our campaign. We are on the ground for last several months, so the results are in our favor so far. So we are extremely happy.
Okay, you have been campaigning, but if you get elected, what changes you're going to bring?
Okay, so that is a fair question, and one of my promises to the people that I will reduce the existing backlog in that court, and I also will be the fair judges for everybody who is coming to that court, and will be compassionate and a fair judge for all of the citizens of the Fort Bend County. The misleading information going around the county. We know that Fort Bend County is the most safest county, the third safest county in the country, United States. But you see that when you are driving around Fort Bend County, you see that tired of crime, elect Republican judge. That is a misleading statement, because the judges are not going to the street to arrest the people. It is the duty of the law enforcement, sheriff's department, and the constable's office and the district attorney's office, not the judges. So saying that in order to reduce the crime, elect Republican judges are really misleading. So we are expecting a higher standard of integrity and honesty from the judicial candidates. So if somebody misleading the residents for a few words, I would urge the constituents to reject them and vote against them, and vote the right people who are qualified and experienced.
After a full week of early voting, so far almost 3 million Texans have cast their ballots in the November 8 midterm elections. That's a turnout of about 17% of the state's 17.67 million registered voters. We are in Fort Bend County, Reese Center, and these are the midterm elections 2022 early voting. What people are thinking, how they would like to vote for their candidates, it's definitely a very personal matter. But what we have seen in the last few months of the campaigns like this has been very, very aggressive on both the parties' end. The important point is to make sure to come out and vote and give your opinion about your candidates. And people should be able to vote for the people who are right for the position. You're watching NTV America. I'm Sophia Jamal.